Hello, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I streamed. There's a lot going on lately in our lives, but I think I will be slowly starting to get back to streaming. So this is like a first step back into the streams. Um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in February. I will skip whatever happened there. Um, just like small reminder of what it is. It's just something happened in our family, and we had to go go visit them, and then of course we came back, and then our plan to Japan still went on. So we got back yesterday at midnight, back home, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start streaming again after the first day of work. The first day has already passed. It's already dark, and now I can finally talk again about our trip. So I'll be showing some pictures, because like normally I just show it up to the camera, and like I would go like this full screen, but that, as you can see, there's a little already on the bottom there. I will show you all what it's then, but for now there's also gonna be some pictures. Oh, my hair looks like a mess, but it's okay. Well, I'll show you some pictures. It's gonna be just a normal casual stream for now, but then later we'll, like, I was thinking, like, I picked up a lot of games. I was thinking of trying them on the stream, maybe just here and there, because there's a couple of Japanese ones, but there's some pretty easy ones to understand. So you'll see. Um, yeah, I hope the music is not too loud. Maybe put it a little quieter. Yeah, I'm alive. Yeah, the trip was okay. I was about to show a couple of pictures of our trip of Japan. Um, yeah, it's not particularly in any order. I'll just talk about like the pictures and stuff. Uh, yeah, like one of the, like, you all see in the YouTube videos from other people. Um, you have to go visit the Godzilla, of course. We did in what was it, Shinjuku? Yeah. The trip was very nice. We were 2 weeks there. Yeah, we saw him in the distance. We could have gone up to the building, but it was like a little too crowded and stuff. We didn't take of everything pictures, but we did saw also the cat there, the 3D illustration one. It was pretty cool to see, actually. I think we did hear it roar a couple of times while we were there, so that was pretty cool to check out. It's a really nice town. There's a lot of shops to check out. Yeah. So we went there, and we were hoping to get like the full cherry blossom season, but yeah, we did find a couple of trees that already started to bloom, but like the full season is like now starting there. So, but we did see a couple of them, and it was pretty cool to see like all the people going to there to like the couple of trees to check out, and taking a picture with it. Like I said, we were lucky to go like to many places and check it out. I think this was close to our hotel, if I remember right. I'm not sure. Yeah. Like then we went to Ueno Park. We visited. Yeah, I thought so. The park, Sumida Park, in Asakusa. This was in the Ueno Park. We decided to have like a little picnic there, enjoy the scenery. Um, yeah, it was a nice place to be there. It was super windy though. Like as you can see, the trees were still not in bloom yet, but like starting this week and the week after, it's gonna be full bloom over there. So, but we're kind of lucky to be back already because our airport is apparently on a strike till Sunday. So if we would have gone home this week, we would have not able to get home, and we had to like book and other stuff again. It would have been extra pricier, but yeah, still a nice place. Got some different views. Like here and there, a seagull came. It was like trying to check out our food and like really getting close. Some pigeons. They're totally not scared of the people. They kind of flew around everywhere, kind of harassing the people. It was pretty funny to see. I can understand why the people are like a little scared of pigeons, but the kids, like when you saw families with kids, you saw them chasing the birds, and the parents like, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that. What's this? This was at the Imperial Palace then. It was also kind of a lake with a nice, like, typical old school bridge. No, that's not us in the picture, that's just some random people. I tried to not include many pictures of us. We like to keep that for our memories. There were some nice lanterns that would, like at night, like we mostly went out during the day. At night though, all the lanterns would light up, so you can kind of see here how it kind of would be with the lanterns. But we enjoyed during the day because it was getting a little chilly at night though. Also in that lake were some pretty big koi fish. No, not koi fish, carp fish, I think. It was pretty cool to see them, really big. Some of the people were sometimes feeding them, so they got close and stuff. Really big black ones. Oh. And then of course close by at the Winter Park was like a little temple-ish. So, and there was also like food stands and stuff. It was really nice to check out. It was yeah, that was a pretty calm area actually. So one of the calmer days, because sometimes we were overloaded with people, especially around the place we stayed. Like we stayed in Asakusa, which is like close to the Sensoji Temple, which is like the oldest temple in Japan, and it's like one of the touristy place, but it's a really beautiful location. I would say definitely recommend it to be there. It's another view of the bridge. We're just enjoying there. We see all the bonsai trees. It's a pretty area to be walking around. It is. It's very fresh, very clean. It's really enjoyable there. They really take good care. Like this is me walking around. I was having it cold though. I was like a little sloppy walking around, but it was like a little calm area with the water and stuff. We were on the way to the Imperial Palace. We just passed by a Starbucks. Another view of the little pond area that was just next to the Starbucks, so you had actually a nice view of that pond, like. And then right after it was the Imperial Palace. Here we see another building. I was hoping that we could kind of actually go in, but I don't think we were allowed because there were a lot of guards standing there, and yeah, they were not letting people in. And that was just like a little weird. Like that's so like a touristy attraction. Just let the people in, let the people, yeah, go watch the place. And then also, of course, yeah, there was like kind of the entrance, but yeah, we were only able to get this close because like a little more left was like the police or security guards stopping everyone not going in. Let's see. Here was one of the food stands that was close to us. Like this is the Sensoji Temple. Yeah, don't worry about the people. I can't really blur them all. I just uploaded the pictures on my computer, just quickly. But yeah, it was pretty cool. You see people in the kimonos walking around and stuff, enjoying all the food stands. It was pretty interesting food stuff. We tried for the first time takoyaki. That's the octopus balls or something. It was yeah, it was pretty yummy. But we didn't try it that day though. That was one of the days. It was a whole week almost. The food stands, so it was pretty cool to see. Pretty busy. It like I had a cold version and we had a warm version, and like we had a little bit of both. But I do prefer when it's like really nice and hot, the octopus balls. So I would say it's yeah, it was pretty yummy. It was definitely tasty. Definitely recommend it though. Definitely give it a try. And then they put all the extra things on top, the soy, the sauce, and the what was it, like kind of something with seaweed, I guess. But it was pretty yummy. Bonito flakes, yes, that's right. Here's another side of the food stands, and then you see more of like another temple area tower. Like our hotel was like, I think you can actually see it in the distance here in the background. I think that was our hotel, and yeah, I did not upload actually our roof picture though. Whoops. On our hotel, we were actually able to go all the way to the roof and enjoy like the whole city view, and there were yeah some pretty cool sights actually. Like at night, the temple. Like if you follow my Facebook or I think it's Instagram, you see me with the temple in the background with the nights with the lights on. Looks awesome. We also we also did go visit our best boy Hachiko. It was a Shibuya Scramble. I would have to say like everyone is like, oh, it's Shibuya Scramble. It's like the big street and all. It's just a big street to cross. It was okay, but it was not as spectacular as people imagine. Just you cross the street, but I did wanted to see Hachiko, and like if you wanted to take a picture with Hachiko, like I just took it from a distance, but like if you wanted to be close, and that was the first thing that I actually wanted to do, you had to be in line, and there were like hundreds or 200s of people just standing in line, and there were like groups of 5 to 10 people, and they all took one by one a picture. So it would have taken some long time to just take like a selfie or a picture with the Hachiko. But I'm happy that we got it like this, and to be like, we had to be quickly because that was one person after another, and we wanted one without the persons. But it reminded me of my own dog. He was waiting for us when we when we came back from Japan. He was so excited to see us again. We had to go visit Hachiko. We had to. Let's see. Like here's one of me still in that park. Like as I said, it was a nice, beautiful day, but it was so cold with the wind. It was such a heavy, cold wind, and it didn't stop. It was like constantly, and our ears started to hurt. But we still enjoyed it for what it was. As you can see, I was still in a sweater. I was still okay with the coldness, but I took two shirts on. One with just a normal shirt and a shirt with a long sleeve, and then this sweater. But it was still nice and enjoyable. And of course, yeah, you see me wearing a mouth mask here. There was something like a virus going around. I don't know how to call it in English. I think it's like strepto something. It's like a bacterial virus or a flesh-eating virus, and we didn't want to risk it to get sick of anything though. Of course, COVID is still there. Yeah, it's like a flesh-eating bacteria, and it's like it could be fatal. Like the first week we were there, like this is a picture already of the second week. The first week we were there, we barely saw anyone with a mouth mask or stuff, like here and there, as the traditional view we have, the Japanese people with mouth mask. But it was actually okay. But the second week was more insane. Like more people were wearing the mouth mask, and we were doing it too, just out of safety. Like also not touching the railways anymore after someone touched it, just in case. We just wanted to be sure. You never know if we would have been able to, or if you would have been stuck there, or we had to stay in quarantine. Yeah, what was it? It's streptococcus. It's called in Dutch though, and it's like let's see, a flesh-eating bacteria. So, of course, we had to be careful. Here's a picture of like me exploring the underground restaurant stuff like close to us. It was a step back like in the old times, and it was pretty cool to see actually. But I would have to say though, don't go too far in it because the smell starts to get like at the beginning you have like the nice restaurant smells, but then later it was like I don't know what smell it was, but it didn't smell so good. But yeah, still cool to see. Still cool to see. Then we had to go, of course, to one of the famous cities, the streets of all is Akihabara. We were so like we didn't take many pictures actually there, but we were so flabbergasted by like how big it was and so much to see, and yeah, that's where what later will show up in the video. What we all got, we bought so many stuff there, and we actually went the second day just to get some more stuff. Like right here, I'm close by to Radio K-Con. It's like I think it was the best store because you had like 10 floors of stuff to find, anime goods and figures, games, and yeah, we found so much there. And that was one of we had the best experience actually there in Akihabara. Definitely a recommend when you go there. It's pretty easy to find, pretty easy to get to, and like it's like one of the areas where you had more open space, and that's what I kind of like because most of the time you're being pushed around in a train and like a lot of people surrounding you. But as you can see here, it was actually decent. We did also visit, and I took a picture with that, but I think I'm just gonna show the picture alone. We went to a Pokemon Center, and I had to see this one. This was the Mewtwo in the pot, and it's just it was so cool to see it up close. There was a lot of shops there, but that's the one I wanted to see. I wanted to see the Mewtwo in the pot in the capsule. like one of the things we like also did then, one of the days we went to visit the Gundam, and I think that was so cool to see. It was that's my favorite thing of the trip. That was to see the big Gundam, the big robot, and I'm so glad we went at this time, because at the end of the month they're gonna break down this Gundam, and it was like only 4 years standing there, and they already taken it away. So it's I'm so glad to have been able to still see the Gundam. Like, you can still check up videos online. Like, I wasn't able to video because that day it was also super windy, and sadly they didn't do the show though. But I still saw it, like how the movement was and stuff. But it was definitely worth checking it out, since it was the last time to check it out actually. Here's some other angles, kinda. It's immense. It's immense. It's so cool to see. That's one of the things that I wanted to remind myself from Japan. Like, I started to get then Gundam stuff, and that's like, I never watched really Gundam, but I didn't know about Gundam, and like I knew that robot, and that's why for as a memory, I got also some games. I got some model kits of Gundams, just to like have a precious memory of Japan, to have an always reminder of what it was. Like, here you can see me like standing at the foot, doing the Will Smith pose, kinda. that thing what he did with his wife. Oh, I will never forget it. The Gundam did so much stuff there. Like, inside, then we saw like a little model kit of it, how they built, how they wanted to make it, and it looks exactly like it. It's pretty cool. It was like a little museum. You could check. Like, I took a picture here of this. It's like the evolution of like how the first Gundam was made, and then more and more stuff was added to the most recent Gundam that they have now. We had to be online in that for I to check it out too. You saw some cool imagery then. Look at the blueprints of it. They had like a little demonstration how they were like with a little kid that was doing it. How they like built all the pieces together then and stick together. How they were able to move each part. But it must have been a lot of work, and they said so. Like, that machine had to be constantly on the energy, because if they stopped, I think it would fall under its own weight of the pressure, and the parts would be breaking. So I think maybe that's one of the reasons that they're breaking it down, because it takes so much electricity and stuff. But it is, though, a memorable thing. Drop my phone. Like, that same day in Yokohama, then I didn't take too much pictures there, because it was like more a museum, and I think you should experience it yourself. But it was the Cup Noodle Museum, and I was like not too far from the Gundam, so I was like, hey, let's do that too. And we see like a little history of like the whole history of cup noodles. Like this, you see this whole wall with sorry for the bad picture. I'm just gonna enlarge it a little. Oh. There's a whole wall of like all their cup noodles wrapping on the top thingy, all the different flavors. You see like the history from the first one to all the latest one, all the different kinds that they had. You see like a theater thing you had to enter, and you see like a history video like of how the creator came up with the idea of the cup noodles, and like how he made it like a super franchise now. And then we were able to make later our own cup noodles, which was pretty cool. You can add your own flavor, and then they even like seal it for you, airtight seal it, so you can actually, if you want, you can take it home. But we decided to eat it already the last day before we left home, because it was taking up a little space for the luggage, and I didn't want it to like break apart during the flight, because they just throw around the luggages. Like here's a little thing, artsy thing that they had there in the museum. It's like the flying cup noodles. It was like a little simple thing, but yeah, it was pretty cool actually. Then we saw like how he actually started. Like this is how he started, in a little hut, selling it to the locals. That's how he began the business of cup noodles, and it then expanded to like this huge factory. It's interesting like how they wrap the noodles in there. It's not just like the cup, drop the noodles in there, boom. No, it's actually the reverse. They put the noodles upside down, and then the cup, they slide up it. They're so like, what? We also went to visit Team Labs, but there's actually a second Team Labs now. If you would look that up on YouTube, that's like a modern art museum, I would say. But I do not have many pictures uploaded. Let me see on my computer now. I only have this one. This was from the flower room, and that's what's above you. You can sit under the flower roof, and like, yeah, check out and take some nice pictures. But like, I edited a little the picture quickly because there were some people like really not with excited faces. So I'm like, nope, away, and like keep this nice picture of the flowers. It was pretty cool to be in there, but they were like, it's not like you were allowed to sit there long though, because oh yeah, boom, next people come in for 15 minutes, boom, next people, 15 minutes, next people. So it's like a little forced to, but it was still pretty. Like the whole, like you go in, you take off your shoes, you have to go through water, like feel the art, as they would say. Then one of the coolest thing that I thought was there was a room full of lights. We had to be in the water, and yeah, it looked like koi fish were everywhere, swimming around your feet. Sorry. Let's just some commercial. All right, back to it. It was the best, one of the best rooms though, with the flowers. Like there was like one room with like giant balls. That was like little me, just balls, white balls. And they colored up and like ooh, but that was not so spectacular. There was other room with like, I would say, mystifying eggs. So that was like not so special. And it was also raining. That was outside, and it was like a heavy rain. But most of the museum was inside, so that was awesome. We also went to visit Hello Kitty Cafe. Now we had to eat there. Like this was the menu. Oh, yeah, the folder that they give to check out the menu then. This is what I ate. I had to take a picture of it. It's a Hello Kitty burger. I also had a little cup, and then with a little bow tie on it from Hello Kitty. It was actually a pretty good burger. I would definitely recommend it. It was a my girlfriend, my wife, got the patsmaru. That's like the kappa one. We thought it was going to be a fish burger, but you can actually choose what kind of meat you wanted. I think she has the picture though, but I still need to upload to my OneDrive so I can. But I was a little rush. It was a busy day still today, and I had to like update my computer since it was off for 2 weeks. But like the decorations, like you can see like canopy in the background here. All the lights were Sanrio character themed. Like we had to, like you couldn't make the reservation, but luckily we were able to just go in like that. We had to wait a little though, but it was definitely worth it. It was nice. It was very yummy. I'm trying to see if I actually have another picture now. Like I do have more pictures, but maybe for another time I will continue with the pictures. But like my other pictures are like for the collection. This is also a collection update, so we did pick up a lot of stuff. Because as you know, like it's the land of anime, games, figures, and all the other stuff. Like here's like a little picture what our table looked like after that's like half 75% of everything that we got from there, just like only kind of merch and stuff. But I will like go through it with some pictures I took from everything I picture. The games I will show you on the camera then what we picked up. I think I picked up around 40 plus games for the collection again. I have to make space on the shelf. But like everything is like a good pricey there. I was like, we're there, we need to do it, let's get as many things as we can. We had 4 luggages to fill. So yeah, let's start with it. Like we picked up some clear files. I was like getting more and more for the Gundam, so I was gonna get some more Gundam stuff. We found a clear file. It wasn't, I don't know where it was anymore because we picked up so much stuff. Can't remember everything. Like this will be framed somewhere. I already have one frame of a Gundam in the room, but I'll show you that later then. Well, maybe I should now. I think I uploaded it. So this is where the arcade is in the background. And on top of the arcade, I put my frame of one of the Gundams, of the clear files that I got. You can see hear me in the background of the TV. So the picture was actually this one. That's the picture we got. It's one of the newer seasons of the anime, but it's like almost the same model of the robot, just a new modern version. Thought it was pretty cool to get for the collection. Like these things I can't really show off because we already hang them or put up in frames and stuff. I don't want to pick it up and take it off again. We went to a Square Enix cafe and we kind of hoped that we were able to get a spot, but then we looked at the menu. It was like, we were not super interested in it, but there was a Square Enix merch store, I would say. And we picked up this nice looking metallic clear file thingy of Cloud. It looks amazing, and I still need to pick up the new Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to continue the trilogy of Final Fantasy VII. But we got this nice reminder of Cloud Strife, and it's already hanging downstairs in the living room in a frame. Then I will say this one. We found this in one of the used stores. It's the Xanarkand clear file from Final Fantasy X. It's such a good game. And I was like, hey, this is a nice looking picture. Let's take it home. And we did end up taking it. Next up, my wife picked up a One Piece one. It's of Big Mom and Kaido, and it's like the art style of the manga from Ichiro Oda. So that we still have to frame this one, so we're gonna get a nice frame for it, and definitely hang it also somewhere in the house, or with the One Piece shelf that we have downstairs. We have now a little One Piece shelf with all figures. You will see then. We'll see what we'll do with this picture. It looks very cool. Big Mom and Kaido. Then we also picked up this clear file. I swear, it's not only clear files we picked up. That was one of the last days we found this one. It's of Luffy, Trafalgar Law, and Zoro. Just having a nice onsen. This one hangs at our bathroom to kind of reflect our own little onsen. Not that we have one, but it's the gesture. We did pick up some more clear files, so we're still gonna go through it. We picked up this one. This one is already hanging also in the living room. It's already framed. It's Kirby, limited design, Japan, Poo 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 tour in Japan, and I was like, let's take this one and hang this in the living room, just to like say as a reminder from Japan. Then we started thinking how we would decorate our extra room that we have, which is for the kid, and we're gonna make it like a little Ghibli studio room. So we did pick up some clear files of Studio Ghibli movies, and we found this nice one of Kiki's Delivery Service. That's one of the 3 that we picked up. I really like this imagery. It's just simple, but it looks adorable, and it would fit nice in the kids' room. Then we picked up one of Howl's Moving Castle, which was like, to find Howl merch, it's pretty hard to find it there. It's gonna look amazing in the room. It's a very pretty picture. I'm glad we picked it up. And like, the reason why we also picked clear files, they're easy to frame, and the clear files itself are pretty cheap to get. So why not? And like, at first we were like not understanding if all the other YouTubers, influencers, why they were collecting clear files, but now we started to see the sense of it. why they go for the clear files. I think it's a cool way to display some piece of art, and for a cheap price actually. Like one of the last ones that we picked up was Princess Momonosuke, or yeah. And I really like this one. It's with the wolf in the background. It's a nice. I think it's a cool picture though to have. Princess Mononoke. I keep thinking of Momonosuke. I think that was the last of the clear file, unless let me check. Yeah, that was the last of the clear file. Then, yeah, of course, Japan is known for gachapon. We did try some gachapons. I only tried two. Yeah, two. One of the first ones I tried was a Gundam one. I was hoping to get with the full kind of art, but there were like three that you could get, and I got the middle one. It was like the full colored version, like fully colored. This one, and then like a really ugly third one. So I'm glad I got the middle one. Basically, it's the see-through, yeah, I would say blueprint of the Gundam that it was. I can't remember the number though, but I was glad with this one. I had to like make it myself then, and it's pretty big for what it actually is. Like normally gachapons you will see in the other picture here. Gachapons are normally like more this size. It's very small. Like the Latios one was not a gachapon, but it was a cheap pickup that we saw, and I just wanted to get it. The Sprigatado was a gachapon, and the clamshell from an anime that my wife used to watch. Can't remember the name though, but that was the Mermaid Melody. Mermaid Melody. And that was a gachapon from that, so that's pretty cool to have a. And as you can see, we clearly love the color green. I like Latios because it's a cool Pokemon. Speaking of green, one of the things we also had to pick up, we saw laying there in one of the shops, was this little fella. Like Tom Berry from Final Fantasy series. Like, this is such an adorable little guy. Like, look at him. I took him even with me to show in the video. Isn't he awesome with his little knife? Let me go to... No, we could see the... It still has the price tag. No. The tag on it. Don't says the price though, I think. Oh, we picked this up in Shinjuku, I think. Maybe? Oh well, it's still pretty cool. Look at this guy. And you can even put his hoodie on if you want to. Like, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? With his little lantern. Oh, I thought it was such a cool thing to pick up. And normally they go, like we got this one for, what was it, 2,500 yen? Something like that. And normally like, that's for us 2,500. That's like around, what was that, 15 euro? 15 euro. And like here, the cheapest one that I saw was like around 80. So hey, why not? It's almost 5 times less that we pay there just to pick it up. And we took it nicely along. I did not take all the plushies because, like, if you remember Kiki's delivery service, she had a black cat. That was also a plushie that we picked up. That was in Don 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 Donkey Donkey Quixote. Oh, that song you kept hearing over and over while you were there. That's why I was like kind of singing it. But Don Quixote, we picked that up there. Yeah, we could find a lot of stuff in Don Quixote. What was I gonna show now? Another gachapon we picked up was Shippo from Inuyasha. Sorry for the bad quality picture. Didn't want to like kind of focus on it, but yeah, it's also hard to like get a tiny little figure. But for what it's worth, the size of it, it's a good quality figure though of Shippo. There was also a chance to get Inuyasha and Sesshomaru, where we got Shippo. Then also what is from a gachapon, but we didn't get it itself from a gachapon. We did buy it separately. Is a Shirahoshi figure of One Piece, and then where you see the tiny Luffy next to it. And we're like, we can't let this rest. It's like a really nice tiny gachapon figure from Shirahoshi. Was still in excellent condition. We had to get it. And that was basically all the gachapons, I think. No, wait, there's one more, but that's part of another picture. You will see it then. I will mention it then while we're there. So, like, we did pick up a lot of figures, and I'm gonna start with the figures then. Maybe I should show the boxes first, and then how it looks on how we already set it up. So I was like, when we were there was like a new Ichiban Kuji, and that's like a really popular thing to get for most collectors. And yeah, since we were there, we had a chance to get some rare figures, and I did try the gamble thing. It's like a little gamble thingy. It's like you have to pull the right thing to get it, and one of the prizes was this. And no, I did not win it. I bought it because some people already won it, and they just sell it to the used stores. And there was actually a decent price on this one. It's the Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. So I'm really glad to pick this one up. It's one of the cooler figures that we picked up, in my opinion. Because I think if I want this one over here, I think I would pay insanely much though. So I'm trying to find the figure right here. It's already stalled out. The quality is insane and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty big figure, so I'm really glad to pick this one up. You can already see a little bit of other stuff that we got, but it's like a small thing that you only see. But I'm really glad to have found this picture, this figure already, even though it's still actually very fresh there, pretty new. The next thing was also a new release. Like people that follow my channel know that I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Yeah, like I had to pick this one up. There was also a Toon Summon Skull, but of the two I did prefer the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. I also have a Funko Pop of the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Normally it was next to my Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but I took the Funko Pop downstairs to put them together, basically. So we picked this one up, the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and it's right here for like it was also pretty new. You could win this in the Crane games, but the Crane games, like you had to put like 500 yen in them, and I was like, I found it for 1,300 yen, so that's like 2.5 times trying. And if you're not lucky, it would have been like, this was cheaper than 3 times trying. Like if you got it in one time, okay, great, you got it for 500 yen, which is pretty amazing. But I tried one time and I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna spend too much money on this, trying to win something. And like luckily we found it already for 1,300 yen, and it looks amazing. Just people that want it, just give it in, sell it immediately. And we were lucky to pick it up. Let's see. So let's continue with Yu-Gi-Oh! One of the other prizes, the A prize of that lottery, is this Jaden Yuki from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, which as you can see, he's together with the Flame Wingman. yeah, I was hoping to either win him or at least find him in one of the stores, and we were lucky. One of the stores actually had, like, I think we only found two stores who actually had only one figure of him. So like, it was 4,500 and the other one was 4,000. I did get the 4,500 one because yeah, I just didn't want to risk it losing it, and I had to get it. But like again, we saw this one already for pre-order around the 80 euro, and I got it for 4,500, which is 27 euro. So in comparison, it's a lot of saving that we basically that we did. So let's see the figure here. Here's our Jaden. Get your game on. Yeah, I put him next to the Elemental Hero Flame Wingman, so that looks pretty cool. I wish he had like little cards on there though, like some Elemental Heroes maybe, but can't have it all. But get your game on. So glad to have found this one. I'm just gonna get a drink because my throat starts to hurt. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, as you saw, we did collect some One Piece stuff. Like, my wife is a huge One Piece fan. And there was also, like, we looked a lot for the Ichiban Kuji prizes, because those are expensive and hard to get. And, like, One Piece also had a series, and it's like we'll see it here on the box right now then. It's the revival moments. It's like iconic scenes from the anime, like really either joyful scenes or like pretty sad scenes. Like here you see the Doctor and Chopper. We also found this one luckily at the later stages of our vacation, but there's a couple more to collect of this series, and we're gonna try to collect them all, or at least get most of them. But we were looking for a lot of them, and sadly we did miss one, and that was with Nico Robin and her mother. We would have liked that one too. Let's see. Chopper and the Doctor. Here we go. The figure looks amazing though. They really did an awesome job with the figures. Tony Chopper. next one of One Piece is, here we see Rebecca with her father, the toy soldier, holding hands. A really nice quality. I couldn't get it to zoom on, like I did the quality pic of the toy robot, not of Rebecca, but it's a little blurry, but it's okay. It's okay. Like I like the little details that you see, his one footstep on there. It's really nice. They really did a good job. Then next we have Nami and her sister with their mother. It's one of the prettier figures, though, I have to say. Let's see, where is it? Right here. Such a nice, like, enjoyable scene. I don't see often the mother getting a figure, though, so it's nice to have like a little figure of her too. Even with the sister, you don't see much figures of the sister of Nami, so that's pretty nice. Then we have one more of the revival moment, which is Kozuki Oden and his daughter enjoying together on the tatami. Like, for me, like, I don't know what the A price was of that series, but every one of them is a good scene, I think. Like, I do enjoy this figure a lot too. Just him enjoying the time with his daughter, listening to her play. That's such a nice little scene from the series. Luffy and Shanks, like, allee, such a scene that it's already so much done from Luffy and Shanks, just with the hat scene, but like all of them, all the new ones, and like the mom Nami, I think those are actually the better figures in my opinion. One of the things we also did pick up, and I was lucky to pick this one up. As you can see, the box is a little damaged, but it was a second-hand kind of store, but it was a really busy one, They had a lot of figures, and yeah, you have to like really grab already everything in your hands if you still want it, because like if it's like the only thing there, take it in your hands already, because someone else would just take it. And I saw someone reaching for this one, and I was like, yoink! Took it away. Not really. I was just faster. I just had it faster in my hands. Yamato is a D and Law a B? Am I would say Law is the A1, because Law and Corazon, it's also a special scene kinda. Like, I had to pick this one up. The Devil Fruit of Luffy. It's Luffy, right? I think so. And it was only 900 yen for this, so like that's like not even €6, which is amazing. And it's actually, look at how big this is. Here you see the other gachapon we got. That's like a scene with the where Kozuki Oden gets burned alive, and the snail just watching on it. It's also a light, this devil fruit. You put some batteries in it, switch on the thingy, the switch, and boom, you have light. Same with this one, as Prometheus, the flame from Big Mom, which means we have to get Zeus or Hera, and the hat. We have to get a Big Mom figure to get together with this one, with Prometheus, which is also a light. As you can see here, 900 yen I paid for that devil fruit. Where you see the Prometheus here. We all had a cook. I think that was a part of a cookie, the Kuma one here. So we kept it. It was like a little card of Kuma. So here you see Prometheus. One of the other figures we picked up from One Piece is... where is it? Right here. Yeah, I couldn't really, like, this is the only way I can show it from the box, because the front was actually already, you saw already the figure. That's not the bikini version of Nami, but it's the Alabasta costume of Vivi, which she wore at the time of Alabasta, I think. So we picked this one up with the last of our cash money. We had to spend it all before coming home, so I was like, hey, that's a nice Vivi figure, hey, so why not pick this one up? We have this one also for the collection, and it fits nice with the One Piece shelf. So one of the other figures we picked up from One Piece, we didn't have a box for that one. Damn, I forgot to take a picture of it, but you can see it on this picture. It's the book of Arabasta, and you see Chopper and Karu on it. Karu is the Sonic Duck, which is the companion of Vivi, and we had to get it because it fits kind of nice together with this Alabasta figure with Vivi. They fit nicely together. There was also a Vivi that looked pretty interesting, and that was in a Karu outfit. But I'm glad we went with this one. It's a really nice figure. Yeah, I did not take a picture. And on Karu, you see Chopper riding it, so that's pretty cool. Just on the back of Karu. One of the figures I also wanted to pick up, and it's the only one we got actually from the series, was a Sailor Moon character. And my favorite one is the green one, Sailor Jupiter. And yeah, we had a shop where we saw it for a really good price, but we didn't pick it up the first time. But then we went back and it was gone. So we went to another shop where we knew they still had the figure, luckily, and we picked it up. It was a little more than the other one, but still, all in all, was very cheap to pick this one up. And it's a nice, really tall figure right here, Sailor Jupiter. As you can see, we have plenty more figures, but those are mostly on my Instagram already. Like here you see the full form of Sailor Jupiter. It's a really big one. I also picked up this Pokeball, which was actually a candy Pokeball. It was full of candy. Pretty nice. And now it's actually a kind of a display item, so it's a nice little round form of a Pokeball. What else did we pick up? Sailor Jupiter. Yes, speaking of Pokemon, we did pick up these are like random stuff. It's like a whole box that you can get Pikachu and Manaphy in a bottle Corsola and whatever this fish one is. And I forgot it. No, what was the name again? Oh, doesn't matter. We tried to. I think there was also a Vaporeon one, if I remember, or it was our Milotic. We did want to get some more, but we ended up only with one because, like with the randomness, you can like have 5 times the same one. But we did get. Where is it? Here. We did get this, which is Ammonite and Chinchou in the underwater ruins, which is like I like this glass sphere that you can kind of see then how they would be underwater. That's pretty cool. I think we got a nice one. We're almost done with the figures, almost. Let's see. I did pick up, like at the end, I was like, yeah, we still need to fill the boxes. We still need to fill the luggage more. And I was like, this is one of the new figures of Tsunade from Naruto. And I was like, why don't we pick up this one? And it looks really good. It was pretty cheap to pick this one up. And oh yeah, it was also like kind of a different flowy pose. So why not? Almost there. We did pick up this one too, which is a Day Life Tuka one. I just saw it so much over there and I was like, why not? Let's pick it up. I do think it's a nice figure. Okay, you see it. It's a pretty big size figure with a nice little stands on it. I like those. Says the name. This one is also a little blurry, the picture, so forgive me for that. We're almost there with the figures, almost. Here, that one was also we picked up. That's Kaori from Your Lie in April. Also in that same shop where the devil fruit was. That was the last one just standing there. I guess it's not super popular, but most people tend to take the more expensive version of this one, which is her with the violin. Might be from a different company also, but I do think I'm glad. It's a really nice anime, a sad anime also, but it's still a memorable anime actually, and I'm glad we did pick up the figure because it does look pretty good though. A little flowy also with the hair and then the tie. Like the just simple, like here you see Grey Fullbuster, a simple standing one. Like we do like it in a little flowy or posable pose, I would say. We picked up a Miku. We were looking for that one quite a bit on most of the sites here. They were sold out and they were just there in the Crane games to win. Like as you can see, we paid 1,800 yen, which is not even 12 bucks, 12 euro. So that's a really nice price for this figure, and it looks amazing on the shelf. Where is it here? Like look at this. The matcha figure comes on like a little plate. It's a really nice figure. We're trying also to get. Let me see. Yep, I got this. Yeah. Almost through all the pictures. Then we'll go quickly to the games. Yeah, okay. last figure coming up. Last figure. We trying to get the Spy Family members. We already have an Anya with Bonman. We're trying to get, I think, another one with Anya where she's sleeping with Bond. And we decided to pick, like, it was only 1,000 yen for this Yor figure. And for how cheap it was also in that huge store. I have to say the quality of the figure is pretty good actually. It's also a blurry picture so far, sorry about that. It's also like a little too bright, but it is a nice looking figure. And we like the anime a lot. As you can see here, we have the Chun-Li, Grey Fullbusters here. There's someone from Detective Conan. We're still trying to get the Cammy. Normally soon I should get notification of Morrigan from Darkstalkers. So that's also a nice figure coming in. I pre-ordered that one, but it was already available in Japan to get. If I had known, I would have just picked it up there. I think that's the last. Oh wait, I took a picture of Karu. Here it is. Karu and Chopper. Isn't that adorable? I think that's about to be it then of figures. Well, we did get 2 more figures, but those I can show out of the hand like this. I just wanted to show you also what we went to visit the arcade, and we did try this one out, the Jurassic Park arcade, which was pretty cool actually. I hope they port this one day to something that's pretty interesting to try out. But I'm guessing they're not arcade games. They don't really port much. If there's a chance, that would be cool. It's pretty interesting to play. We did try the Mario Kart one, which was also very fun to play. But we were playing against each other. Then the one who wins gets to do another round. But like if I won that one, and normally, like, if I remember, if you keep winning, you can still keep playing. But for this, Japan, apparently not. You have to keep spending your coins. This was also a little Gundam that I took a picture of. I think that's the same one at the Yokohama factory. Yes, it is. Well, I had to say, it's pretty funny where they put one of the signs, though. Alright, I think that's about it then. With the pics. Yeah. Alright, let's go to full screen mode. So, we're gonna go to that pile on there, and then I think we're gonna end the stream then, but don't worry, we'll take still some time. First, we also went to the Nintendo Center. We picked up a cookie jar there. We did wanted to I was hoping to get the Link figure, but there's like a limited figure there that you can get, but sadly it was not there anymore. I guess if you have early access in the morning, maybe it's still there. I was also hoping for like the shirt of Tom Nook from Animal Crossing, but sadly I think the quality of the shirts was like sketchy, not very good quality, and also I'm a little chunky, so the size that they had there was not actually good enough for me. But like I said, one of the biggest drawbacks was mostly not the size, but the quality of the shirt. I thought it was not well made, and I think it was gonna rip very soon actually. So I didn't want to spend money actually on it. But one of the things we did pick up were some amiibos that we are not able to find cheaply or barely at all. Like one of the amiibos that I missed is this one of Metroid, of Samus Aran. Sorry, from Metroid, the 3DS one, and I think that's such a nice looking figure. It's a nice little pose. This one has a lot of detail to this amiibo, and it's like funny, like they used to put on the back what you're able to do with this, and now they're just like, oh yeah, use it on amiibo compatible games. But hey, it's still one of the missing ones, and I think the collectors are gonna be like stupid. Oh, it's not with the original back, la 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 la. Like they find the stupidest reason just to make it more expensive. Like one of the things that we also had to pick up, we picked up Sora recently. But we didn't get from Japan. But we did pick up Joker from Persona 5. Yeah, this one is pretty expensive to get here. So I'm really glad we picked this one up in Japan. It was only less than 2,000 yen, which is not even 12 euro. So can't complain about that. Can't complain. 12 euro for an amiibo. That's what we pay here for the basically used one, open in the box. Not always the best condition, or like a new Animal Crossing amiibo, because they don't care about the Animal Crossing ones. Well, apparently here. Don't worry, I was not about to leave. I just wanted to get the things that I wanted to show you. Like, I did pick up some model kits. Japan is like known for its many model kits. You can have them here too, of course, but yeah, I found a model kit at the last day of Japan, which was a little shop in the airport, and it sold the Gundam that we actually, well, an early version of the Gundam that we visited in Yokohama factory in Yokohama. And like as you see, 700 yen, super cheap. But you do have to build it though, and I'm actually excited to build this. I haven't done yet since we're only 2 days home, but like yesterday we still had to unpack everything and stuff. Another build a kit, I would say, do it yourself. There's this Lugia. That was the only one I saw in those 2 weeks, and I'm glad I picked it up. That was actually the first buy that I basically did in Japan for figures, and I'm glad I picked it up, and I'm excited to build this one. I think I will do this one first because it seems like a much easier one, not too many steps, and it shouldn't be too hard to put it back together. I like to put it together. Like the next model kit, I only picked up 3. The next one is one you can only get at the Yokohama factory where I visited the big Gundam, and this is a model kit of the big Gundam but in a different coloration. So I'm really glad to pick this one up, and they like make a strict rule: you can only buy 1 figure a day. So once you entered the gun shop, the Gundam shop, and you bought this figure, you were not allowed to buy another figure for the rest of the day, which is pretty stupid. But I guess they were expecting a lot of scalpers on there to just buy every box and sell it later for when the, like, I'm guessing this piece will get more expensive since it's from the Gundam factory, as you can see here, which you can only get at the Gundam factory, and I think these will get super expensive in the future if you want still this one. So I'm glad I picked it up. There were other figures too, but I did want the one of the Gundam itself revisited. Oops. Sorry for that. Must have made an awful sound into the camera, or into the microphone. Alright, on to the games. So one of the things that I did wanted to upgrade a lot was the Vita section. And luckily for Japan, luckily while we're in Japan, Japan has actually continued a lot with the Vita. They made a lot more games than what we did, but like I would say most of the games that I did pick up were like ones I could have also picked up here, but those are too expensive to pick up now. I did pick up one that you would not get actually here, I think maybe on PlayAsia, but those are really expensive to get now, and I was like, why not, eh? So we picked up Tokyo Xanadu, and this has actually a remastered on the PS4, so I might consider getting the PS4 version, because it's also in English. Like this is not in English, like most of the games is not in English, but I don't, for me it doesn't matter. Most of the time it's pretty easy to understand. If I don't understand it, I can just try to Google Translate it, or look up a walkthrough what to do. But I think I would be able to find my way of finishing at least the games. Like I'm really glad I picked this one up. It was only 700 yen, which is dirt cheap, because I think if this still was the English version, you would have paid already up to 50 to 80 bucks for it or something. Next up, this actually had a Switch release now, which is Digimon World Next Order, but I did wanted to pick this one up for the Vita. I think, yeah, it's pretty cool actually to play this on the go, but like I said, you can pick this one up for the Vita now, so it's not super necessary. Like again, I think there was a PlayAsia version which was in English, but I'm really glad that I picked this one up, because I had the first one already, the Digimon Cyber Sleuth, on the Vita, and now I have the second one. I'm still missing the third one. I could have picked it up too, but it's not super necessary yet. I still need to beat Cyber Sleuth. I did beat it on the PS4 already, but I wanted to beat it on the Vita too, just because it's cool to have on little handheld, and I didn't want the Switch version because I have it already on the PS4. I don't need it on the Switch version, but like when it's that cheap to pick it up in Japan, why not? Next up is for the cultured boys, Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus. It was also a dirt cheap price, and it's also just like a fun beat 'em up kind of. It's a fighting game, I guess. Next up, stupid cough. My. Next up, we have a Hatsune Miku game. I have the second one already, and it's just a rhythm game, so it's pretty easy to understand. Just use your stage, do a good score, and continue on to the next one. This is pretty cool. But I think there was a third one, but I decided just to pick up the first one, and now I have the first two on the Vita, and I think it's awesome. I'm a big also fan from the Neptunia series, so I was like, I'm gonna take up the missing ones that I don't have yet physical, and so I picked up Hyperdementia U Action Released, something like that it's called. It's just like Dynasty Warriors but with Neptunia characters, and yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. It's pretty decent so far. Then I picked up One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 on the Vita. Um, there was, I think, the first and the third one are also on there, but no, started only from the second one. So the second and the third one are on the Vita, but I decided for the second one because I platinumed the third one on the PS4, and I learned while I was playing for this already in Japan that it was a different story, a different take on the story of One Piece. So it follows a not the main story, but like its own story, and I think that's pretty cool to see. Like you get Smoker already from the beginning, so that's pretty cool because he's my favorite character of One Piece. Next up is Gravity Days. I have Gravity Rush remastered on the PS4. I used to have this on the Vita, but I sold it just to get another game. But that was years ago, where I still sold a lot of games to the game stores like GameStop, but it's not GameStop for us. But it's also the same mechanic. You give in games, you get money, you get credits for the store, and you can use stuff like that. You get cash, but I mostly use it immediately in the store to buy some different games. Next up is Super Dimension Neptunia versus the Sega something, Sega girls. Like here you see the Sega Saturn girl, and different. I think she's just normal Sega logo ish. But I also had to pick this one up because like normally Neptunia is the main character, but in this one it's Iffy, and I do like that character a lot. So I think it's cool she got her own kind of spin-off game. Next up, I picked up Sword Art Online Lost Song. I was like, why not? It's so a cheap price, and it's actually, I think it's a decent one to play. Actually, it's not that bad. It's simple, but it's enjoyable for what it is, and it's an easy platinum basically. And then one of the games that I did want to pick up was a Gundam game, and I picked up Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1 or Shin Gundam Musou. Just I call it Dynasty Warriors Gundam. It is just like that. It's just Dynasty Warriors, but with Gundams, and you follow the story of the main anime. And I'm really enjoying already the. I think that's the one I played the most while I was still in Japan. So I'm gonna continue this one definitely first because I want to finish it. Alright, next we picked up some PS3 and PS4 games. Speaking of Gundam, I picked up Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3, Shin Gundam Musou 3. I started this one yesterday, yesterday, a tiny bit. And I have to say, for playing it on the PlayStation 3, it looks amazing though. It's one of the better looking games on the PlayStation 3, I have to say. They really did it awesomely. So I'm glad to pick this one up. I had to look a long time for this one until we found it. I'm gonna continue with the Gundam. I picked up. This one is actually also in English, but again on Play Asia. But I got the Japanese version, which is not with English. But I will manage to find out what I have to do. It's a PS4 version, and you play basically as a kid that collects the model kits, but you can play with those model kits against each other and build your own kind of Gundam, which you can unlock the complete parts of the Gundams. So I think it's pretty cool. I did try it out already. I installed it. Still need to get used to it more though, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent so far, I have to say. I think that's it for the Gundam games then. one of the next games I picked up is because I'm a big Mega Man. I like Mega Man a lot, so I think I almost have every game now. I think I have every game physical now. I have the Mega Man 1 collection, Mega Man 2 collection on PS4. I have Mega Man 11, the Rockman Zero collection, the Mega Man Battle Network collection, and now I have a physical disc of both Mega Man X Collection 1 and Mega Man X Collection 2. So I have 8 games on 2 discs, and I think that's pretty cool. So I'm really glad to pick this one up. That was one of on my lists. So glad to found that one. Then I saw this laying just for 200 yen. They were gonna get rid of it, I think. It was only 200 yen. It's Tales of Xillia 2. I have the first one. And now I completed it with the second one. I had it digital. But was like for 200 yen, you can't do nothing wrong with that. So let's just pick it up. And I'm glad I did. Because I'm gonna definitely continue the Kel series. One of the other games on PS3 I picked up is a game that was not available in the where we live, not in America, and it's the HD version of Monster Hunter Portable 3. And yeah, I was like, I need to look for more exclusive ones, and this is the one I picked up, the HD version of the PSP version. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have this physical on the PS3. Just pop it in and go play. Alright, that's already quite a chunk of video games already. Nope. Of course. Gonna go with this little PS2 games. We picked up One Piece Grand Battle 3. Like I said, my wife wants to collect more One Piece games, and I have to say this artwork looks pretty cool with Inaru and then the Luffy. It's a pretty cool artwork, so we're glad we picked this one up. I already cleaned all the games before this video. I had to like make it look extra shiny. So this is One Piece, fighting for One Piece. This artwork of Luffy looks amazing, I have to say. And I'm actually excited to try this one out. From what I can see in the back, it looks pretty good actually. It's a really cool art style. And then the last PS2 game we picked up was Valkyrie Profile Silmeria. This was on the not the last day, but the day before the last day. We picked this one up. We have the first one now on the PSP, Lennet, and now we have this one. So I think it's... Oh, look at this artwork, isn't that cool? It was also very cheap to pick up. Like most of the games were pretty cheap to pick up. Like for the next one I only paid 200 yen. Like normally I don't pick up much loose anymore. But I was like, hey, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh game I'm missing. But I'm still gonna look for the boxed one. It's still in its plastic, I still need to unwrap it. But I need to look a good space for it. I still need to try it out if it still works. Because there has been an instance where I bought loose Vita games. It was also 200 yen. One of the two, I bought 2 loose Vita games, and one of the 2 didn't work. I did try everything, I cleaned it out, I cleaned, but for some reason it didn't want to start. But the other one time cleaning, boom, it started immediately. And I tried it a couple of times again, so it still works pretty fine. So I still need to try this GBA one, and it will be tested in the coming days. Next up is a Famicom game. I was hoping to get some more, but I was disappointed with what the selection there actually was, because I think there's so many YouTubers now making videos of, yeah, you have to go there and collect all these games, and I think that's what happened. And they took a lot of all the good games. It was mostly some stupid sport games that nobody cared about, and I was hoping to get some more, but like the only Famicom game we picked up was Sanrio Wonder, I guess. It's like a puzzle game with the Hello Kitty stuff, how they could do franchise, and still happy with the find that we got. And like I said before, follow my channel, and you know me, you know I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I had to pick up some Yu-Gi-Oh games. I picked up 3, I think. Where's the third one? Yeah, since who follows my channel knows that I like Yu-Gi-Oh games, I had to pick up this Game Boy colored Yu-Gi one. It's called, what was it called again? I don't know. It's just Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters 4, Greatest Duelist Yu-Gi version, whatever. And we picked up also the Kaiba version, which I will say the Obelisk version. But the third one was actually there, the Joey version, which is the raw version, and I later found out, like, I'm sad that I didn't pick it up. I only picked up these two. But I'm sad I didn't pick it up. Like you see Slifer and Obelisk on the sides. The Joey one is actually a super expensive complete in box video game. It's worth around like 300 bucks or euro, and they were selling it for €9. So that would have been like a 291 profit if I was able to sell it at that price. But that was also for a decent condition one. So, and that one was a little crooked, but well, in the end I could have still sold it maybe for 200 or stuff. In the end, it doesn't matter. I'm still happy with what I got. So, speaking of another Yu-Gi-Oh game, we picked up the 3DS one, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, something title. Yeah, I'm starting to get there with my Yu-Gi-Oh collection. Still a couple more to collect, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Then we picked up a Game Boy Advance game. It's, what was it called? Martian Awakens Romance. It was pretty cheap, complete in box, really good condition. I was like checking out the back, and it seemed pretty interesting to me. It's like it looks like a better version of Legend of Goku, but like with anime and I would say it looks pretty good. The art style was pretty cool, and I was like, why not? And also, luckily, very cheap, because Game Boy Advance boxed games in America or here in the West and Europe, oh boy, you can pay so much money for it. Like, except, like, for example, the next one. Try to find this complete in box, the PAL version. Oh boy, you're gonna be paying a lot. Like, I got this super clean copy of Pokemon Leaf Green, Pocket the Monsters Leaf Green. Oh, it looks amazing, and I think I paid €30 something for it. So that was an amazing price. I'm gonna buy a box protector especially for specifically for the 2 Game Boy Advance ones, also for the Yu-Gi-Oh games, the Game Boy Color ones. Like, I'm gonna protect these, because like, I think this is now, like, I will still play it, the cartridge, but be very gentle with it. I think that's a nice display case now for the game, so I'm really glad to pick this one up. I found it for 6,000 yen, but I saw it like the next day for double the price in a different shop, and I was like, hell no. So I'm glad I found that one. We were also looking for more Detective Conan games. We found one here on the PS2, and I think I don't know who it is, but it's in really good condition, so glad to pick this one up, and I'm excited to try it out. Like I said, I also wanted more Mobile Suit Gundam games, and I found a Mobile Suit Gundam game on the PS1. I don't know how it is, but there's not so much on the back, but it was super cheap to pick up, and I was like, why not, hey? Can't leave that hanging, eh? Then we picked up some DS and still some more 3DS games. One more, I guess, yeah. I was surprised, like for us, Medabots is a series that I enjoyed it a lot actually when I was younger, but after the show ended, it just died over here. Nothing continued anymore. I think the last that we got was the GameCube version, but here we are. There's so many series on the 3DS of Medabots, and I'm really excited to try this one out. Like, is this a really good game? It was only 500 yen. There was a more expensive version, but like, is this good? Is this interesting? I hope so. Like, I'm really like, I was so excited to find like a Medabot game, like with Medabi Kabuto version. There was also Rukusho version. I don't know how is his Japanese name, but for us it was Rokusho. And yeah, it's exciting to see so much forgotten stuff for us at least. So really glad to pick this one up. Then I think I found like a rarer version of Pokemon White. Pocket the Monsters White. It's like with an extra sleeve cover, and I was like, I didn't know that existed. So like, I picked this one up for like 2,300 yen. I think even the people that sold it were a little surprised. They had to check a little again, but they did sell it for me for 2,300. Like, look how clean this looks. It's amazing. It's in amazing condition. Like, and with the extra slip cover, it's also gonna be getting a box protector, even though it's already in a box, but I need to have it in the extra box protector. Really glad to pick this one up. I really want it. It's my favorite generation of Pokemon. I really wanted to get a boxed version of this because I was missing the white and black version. Speaking of Detective Conan again, here's another one for the DS. Also super cheap to pick up. Like, even though that's so popular still over there, the games itself are pretty cheap to pick up. Next we have another One Piece game, One Piece Gigant Battle number 2. Also like very shiny and very pretty. Like I said, I cleaned the games already. And yeah, we're getting more and more One Piece games for the collection. Then something random I picked up. It's from the makers from most of the figures, Bon Presto. Well, they make a lot of figures, and I was like, they made also a video game, and I was like, hey, that's pretty interesting to see, and like I like the art style a lot, so I picked it up. I already tried it out a little. It's a cool little fighting game actually, with good little art style. So maybe an idea for the streamers, like trying out all these games on the stream. Like next one, a Mega Man ZX game. I have the ZX Advance, and now I have the first one. Yeah, I love the Mega Man series, so it's great to pick this one up, and it was super cheap to get this one. The cartridge was a little dirty, but yet again, thanks to cleaning and stuff, it looks super clean again. The booklet is in rougher shape, but I don't care. it's for my collection anyway, and I'm glad it's Rockman Zero X. It's a cool one. And then we're headed towards the last section. And then I will clean it all up tomorrow, because I'm just gonna leave it here then, because I'm gonna wrap this up after this. And that's the PSP section. So if you're collecting for the PSP in Japan, it's dirt cheap. There's not super much expensive there anymore for the PSP. I think it's a dying system there a little now, which is sad, because actually I thought the PSP was a great system and it has a lot of visual novels, but yeah, people don't care about PSP anymore, I guess, because they only care about achievements and bragging rights. And like, if you want some visual novels and you want to read them, I suggest taking the PSP versions, because they are a lot cheaper to pick up from there. Because if you look for the Vita already, they were like 5 times more expensive than the PSP version, even though it's the same story. But yeah, you can get some digital trophies for it. But anyway, okay. We picked up Clannad's It's a Wonderful Life edition, which is with Tomoyo more. I guess it's with more characters than just her, but it's with this girl in the front. If you pick actually the Steam version up and modify it a little, you can get the hentai version of this, but this is not the hentai version. It's a censored version. But if you want the full experience, get the modification key for the Steam version, and I think you will get then the hentai version. We still have another Clannad one, which is with 8 little side stories, and Ushu is one central of it. That's the daughter of Tomoya and Nagisa. So we're glad to pick this one up. It's also visual novel style. Next up is a Tales game that I picked up for the PSP, Tales of the Heroes Twin Brave, which is like Dynasty Warriors-esque game with the Tales characters, so that was pretty cool to pick up. I'm really glad to have found this one. Like the next one, people could like talk smack about me, but it's the PSP version of Persona 3. This game released on the Switch and the PS4 and whatever. It got newer ports, so I'm still glad to pick this one up. I think it's great for collection. I have the second one, the third one now. I have Persona 4 Golden on the Vita. I still need to pick up the first one for the PSP, but hey, I'm getting there. I have I think one short, and I have almost every version, almost every Persona available in the house to play. Next up, we picked up Amnesia Later for the PSP, another visual novel. I think I have the first one actually on the Vita, and I think this is a little sequel to its story. So yeah, pretty cool. Next up, I'm glad that we found this one. That's a Digimon RPG, like I guess you would kind of say like a little bit before Cyber Sleuth, how it works, I guess, from what I see here in the back. At least the UI of it. And I'm really glad to pick this one up, because that's one I'm trying to out, and they made an English patch for this and an HD mod of the models for the Digimon. So you can actually play it with a really nice setup, this game now. So I'm trying to try it out. And then next up is a game that I really don't know about. It's a fighting game, but it's a series that my wife knew about, and she said it was actually a pretty good series. So since it was also pretty cheap to pick up, we did pick it up to take home from Japan. So I'm really glad with this one. It looks interesting, so can't wait to try it out. I'm just gonna put some games. Alright. Four more left, and then we're done for today. Next up is Last Ranker. I saw this a couple of times already showing up on one of the bidding sites that I do for video games, and it looked like an interesting RPG. So, and a pretty nice style actually. So I'm interesting to see how this actually goes. Then I started watching for the first time ever Full Metal Alchemists, and I was like, hey, the series is pretty good so far. And I knew about some of the games that exists for Full Metal Alchemist, and there's actually here an RPG of Full Metal Alchemist, and yeah, I already did clean this one up because this was in a very dirty box. It was like pieces broken off also. I really replaced the case already. Now it looks super nice and crispy clean. Yeah, I'm actually excited to try this one out, and there might be an English patch for this one. I'm not sure, but would be interesting to see if there's an English patch for it. Then next up, another visual novel, which is Kuroko no Basket. It's one of our favorite animes to watch sometimes. I think it's a really good one, and I definitely recommend it if you haven't seen it. And we wanted more like we were also looking for Kuroko figures, but we didn't, like, we did see a couple of them, but we were like a little disappointed by how they looked. There are some better ones, of course. So I'm hoping they're gonna release some more figures, maybe some pop-up parades, because we'll see. I would hope so. I would hope so. And then the last game of the day that we picked up is Fairy Tail Portable Guild. There's actually 3 of those, but we only found the first one. Like, Fairy Tail stuff in Japan is very hard to find though. Like, I was surprised we didn't find any more. Like, we did see a couple of figures of Urza, but that's about it. Maybe one giant Natsu we saw from Pop-Up Parade L, but that was about it. So I'm really glad we picked this one up. I am gonna try this one out though, so I am excited to try out all these games. Like most of it now, I'm playing the Gundam games because I'm a little too excited for the Gundams. But hey, so far it's enjoyable and I love it. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here for today though, because I reached the end of my collection updates. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.